Good news for Eldar and Chaos players seems just around the corner. Today Games Workshop has all but confirmed that there's going to be a big Eldar vs Chaos box reveal coming tomorrow on Christmas Day. Hello and welcome back to Warspecs Tactics, where today we're just talking about a nice new cinematic trailer that Games Workshop have just dropped, and the promise that some sort of Eldritch storm is brewing and will be revealed in full tomorrow. It seems like this is indeed going to be the end of their Advent Engine series of previews. I had said earlier in the month that it does seem the way that the Advent Engine was changing, starting with a whole bunch of Eldar reveals and teasers and then moving on to the Chaos ones. It did seem to be pretty much perfect hype for an Eldar vs Chaos box revealed on Christmas Day, much like they did with that Piety and Pain box for Drakari vs Sisters last year. This time though, it does look like there's a whole load more new miniatures present in the box compared with Piety and Pain. We've got all the Advent Engine teasers to go off, plus there's plenty of people who seem to know the contents of the box already and the rumoured contents it's going to have. First up though, Games Workshop has put together one of their minor teaser trailer things, not really a big animated event like some of the rest, but just a small diorama showing off a few bits of artwork. I believe that these are new ones, with the Eldar here fighting the Chaos Space Marine, though if I am wrong and they've been featured somewhere before, please let me know down in the comments. The video itself doesn't really give all that much away, just this Eldar fighting this Chaos Space Marine with a few interesting details in the background, and basically reading the series of quotes that have already been coming out in the Advent Engine, things like "Only in defeat shall you know victory," and talking about rising in fire from the ashes. I think as hints go they're a little bit non-specific. They maybe sound most promising for the Avatar of Cain, which of course you have to sacrifice yourself to if you want to awaken in the Eldar craft worlds, though I suppose it could maybe apply to Ynnari as well, their god of the dead growing ever stronger when more Eldar die. Though I wouldn't really put it past them just to be more Eldar general prophecies of doom and gloom, and the ever-increasing sacrifices of their race to try and keep the various horrors at bay. In the artwork for the trailer, there does seem to be a rather unusual Eldar character featured, one armed with a nice crest and a spear, and at first glance I'm not 100% sure exactly what flavour of Eldar she is. They don't obviously look like a warlock or any of the obvious aspect warrior shrines, so I guess my best guess is an autarch based purely off this, though I don't believe that we have any with spears yet. I guess it could just be artistic license, but Games Workshop is kind of known for foretelling some of their miniature releases in their own artwork, so who knows, maybe you might be able to build a miniature like this from the box. Otherwise, in terms of details from the video, there's a fair few Chaos Space Marines that look at least reasonably generic to me. Could be chosen of course, as has been heavily rumoured to be in the box, and there's also some backdrop of an Eldar Webway portable, and a helmet that looks like it's got Manda blasters on it, usually there for the striking scorpions, but again that could easily mean an autarch. Games Workshop hasn't really given all that much flavour text to go alongside this, but I guess what they do say really does speak volumes. They basically say an Eldritch storm is brewing, and join us tomorrow for a seismic seasonal reveal. To me this seems pretty much like confirmation that yes indeed, a new box set for Eldar vs Chaos is coming. They also do mention the Advent Engine in the preview, which means that quite a lot of these bits are pretty likely to be included in the model box, though I will be quite interested if every single one of the 24 images actually makes its way into tomorrow's release. I guess it's perfectly possible with quite a few new miniatures being released, but I'm kind of curious as to if some of them might well be for future Eldar or Chaos releases. Both factions are supposed to be getting some pretty hefty drops next year. Rumoured for ages has been a new update to the Chaos Warpsmith sculpt, which I believe is only available in Finecast at the moment, and certainly in the last few days of the Advent Engine he's been really quite heavily shown off. Anything that looks Dark Mechanicus-y is kind of distinctive. There's clearly Chaos Cogtoothed Axe was their most recent offering in the Advent Engine. There's a couple of clawed Chaos-ish Mechadendrites, I think one of them might have a melter or plasma cutter on it. And then there's also this very Warpsmith looking hammer from earlier in the year. That wasn't an Advent Engine preview, that was a Rumour Engine one. Again, that one absolutely screams Dark Mechanicus to me, and makes me wonder whether that could be an alternate weapon for the Warpsmith if his main one is that great big cog-toothed axe. Otherwise, the other Chaos bits from the Rumour Engine are a little bit less specific. I think there's a really good chance that there are the Chosen coming, as they've been hinting. In particular, there's a Power Maul on the top left, and a Lightning Claw that's exactly the same as the previous Chosen kit, the one from Dark Vengeance. Both of those would really add a lot of weight to that. We've also got what appears to be a Chaos Trophy rack on the top right. That one vaguely reminds me of things like Abaddon's or the Terminators. And then there's a few pictures that look a little bit more bestial in nature, one with horns, and then this interesting ram's head next to some cabling. I guess it's perfectly possible they could be tucked away on a new Chosen kit in some way or form. but I'd also completely not be surprised if they came into some sort of new Chaos Mutants or Cultist kit. Again, that was one of the ones that was foretold by that great big 40k release schedule rumour. On the Eldar side, we've had things like an Autarch crest, some very identifiable ranger bits, including their cloaks and their long rifles, a couple of different clear Eldar jetbike parts, probably part of those new Eldar Shroud Runner jet bikes, and then a few different weapons and bits of war gear, including what seems to be a Reaper launcher, perhaps a fusion gun or death spinner, and then definitely an Eldar chainsword. From the rumours going around from several different sources now, it seems that this kit is the prediction for the box. I remember at least one of the sources being that Eldari advent calendar of leaks, the one on the Eldari Discord server. In any case, supposedly what's going to be coming is a new Warpsmith, a new Chosen kit, and the existing Forge Fiend model, the one with the ectoplasma cannons that can also build the Mauler Fiends, versus on the Eldar side, a new Autarch with a fusion gun, new sculpts for the Rangers, and new Shroud Runner Ranger jet bikes. Supposedly they're going to be quite big beefy models with 2 men on the jet bike, maybe a bit similar to the Harlequin Skyweavers. To me that all seems perfectly plausible from the leaks and things that we have so far. The Warpsmith I'd say is as close to confirmed as it can possibly be, a new Chosen heavily implied by the power weapons. The only thing I do wonder is if we might have new Cultist or Mutant models on the Chaos side too. For the Craft Worlds, it's rumoured to be a new Autarch with a fusion gun. I think that would be quite a nice one for them to update. At the moment they only have a resin Autarch Skyrunner alongside a plastic Autarch with swooping hawk wings and a fusion pistol, and both of them are just a little bit inflexible. It'd be really nice to have a kit that has multiple different weapon options. After all, it is in their background that they've mastered all the ways of war of many of the aspect shrines, and might combine tactics from things like warp spiders with things like fire dragons. I kind of hope that a fair bit of the war gear previews that they've shown us might well all be for the same model and just be different weapon options. Otherwise, new Rangers are going to be quite nice to get them out of Finecast resin. I don't think they necessarily need too much of an update miniature-wise, but having a nice plastic kit would certainly be welcomed for a core troops choice, and I'm sure the Shroud Runner Jet bikes will be a popular new choice, though I have to admit that for the Eldar, I sort of feel the priority is to update all of the current kits that need it so badly, before we go adding in too many new units. In any case, I'm really looking forward to covering the kit in full once it comes out. I'm not sure if I'll post a video tomorrow or not, perhaps if I get a little bit of downtime on Christmas Day, otherwise it might be sometime early on Boxing Day. If you'd like to see that, feel free to subscribe to Auspex Tactics. I'm certainly looking forward to looking over some nice new miniatures. It'll be pretty good news for both armies, both of which I think are well due some fun new stuff. Finally, if you'd like to help support the channel and keep these videos coming, I would just like to mention that Auspex Tactics does have a Patreon page, and you can find that down in the video description below. Channel patrons do get a fair few advantages, including seeing certain videos early, regular votes to see what sort of things come next on the channel, and automatic entry into the regular prize giveaways with a chance to win some really big model kits each month. If any of that sounds good to you, or you'd just like to help support, then the link is down in the video description. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.